What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm gonna tell you more about the safety features of the brand new Volvo EX30 because there's plenty to know, so let's get started. So in this video I'm gonna focus a lot on the safety features on board the EX30. Now if you want to know more about the Volvo EX30 itself, its trim levels, batteries, options, colors, wheels, etc. I also made a very detailed video on that. It's also on my channel, link is now in the screen and also down below in the comment section, so make sure you also check that out. But for now, EX30 safety. Alright, so the Volvo EX30 features Volvo's newest safety generation, and that is called Safe Space Technology. This is basically advanced sensor technology created for the Volvo EX30 to make a safe space in and around the car, both for the passenger, the driver and also other road users. Now the EX30 makes use of one front long-range radar, one front camera, two front side radars and also two rear side radars to continuously, well, look around its surroundings and search for things that might be dangerous for the drivers, for the passengers of the car or also for the people around it. Next up is the intersection auto brake. Now when a driver wants to turn left on an intersection and there's this risk of having an accident with a car coming from the right side, the EX30 will detect this and automatically brake for you. Now it will do so not only when you're turning left, but also on intersections you're driving straight over and there are cars coming from the left and the right side. If it sees any potential accidents happening or whatsoever, a car coming too fast, then it will also use the automatic brakes. Now this new standard function called door opening alert will help prevent, you opening the door, or when you shouldn't. For example, when there is a cyclist coming along on your left side. Now the two rear side radars will do the work for you and they can detect cars, bicyclists, motorcycles, scooters and even pedestrians. Now this door opening alert works in two phases. The first one is when it detects something, it will give you a warning on the center screen of the car, and also the amber, the bliss, will turn on continuously. Now if you are still opening the door, then the bliss light will start to flash at you and there will also be active warning signals. Now this functionality will always be on, so when you start the car it will be turned on. Then you do have the option to turn it off if you are in the mood to slam open your door or I don't know. There's also the driver alert system, not the newest thing. I think I remember it from the first generation Volvo XC60 or V70 even, that when the car noticed that you were going over the lines a little bit too much, it would display this little coffee time for a break signal on the display. So it's not the newest thing, but with the driver alert the car will watch over you. That's also part of the sensor behind the steering wheel that will look and try to track like your eyes and your, I don't know what you're doing. If you're sleeping, it will probably see that and then also will warn you. Good thing. Then there's also the driver support, and that kind of consists of the adaptive cruise control. Now the ACC maintains speed up to 155 kilometers an hour and will also adjust to the vehicle in front of you. It will keep that adaptive cruise control distance for you, also existing on the current Volvos, for example. Now the ACC can do that both in corners and also long straight stretches, and it also makes use of the road sign information and intelligent speed assist, the ISA, and based on the current speed the car will see the signs on the road whatsoever, and it will also adjust the speed of the adaptive cruise control to that. So if you go from 100 kilometers to 80 kilometer road, it will actually adapt the speed. Now that could be quite useful, but I also kind of wonder how it will do that, like immediately when you pass the sign or maybe in the next 50 meters or so. So yeah, I think we're gonna find out during a test drive later this year, hopefully. So on the base EX30 you will get that safe space technology and also the driver support. Now if you want some more, then you can opt for the Plus trim or for the Ultra trim, which will have more safety features. With the Plus pack you will get the Pilot Assist and then the second generation of it. Pilot Assist will maintain your speed, will also adjust the speed to, for example, a vehicle in front of you, just like the adaptive cruise control will. Now the car will also, as I said already, be able to adjust its speeds and also for corners, so that's pretty impressive. And in busy traffic it will also be able to like brake and follow the car in front of you. It's also able to come to a full stop, and also over here with the road sign information and the intelligent speed assist, the Pilot Assist will also be able to like adjust the speeds and all that. Now with the Pilot Assist you can also make use of the lane change assistant, who will be able to support you to switch lanes. I think mostly on the highway that will be, between speeds of 65 kilometers and 130 kilometers. And it kind of works like the Tesla dudes also have. So basically when the pilot assist is on, you turn on your indicator, the car will look if there's enough space, and if so, it will move the car over to the next lane. I bet that's pretty cool to experience. Now, classic Volvo, doing that you of course are required to still hold on to the steering wheel. It's currently also already quite strict in it with the current Volvos with the pilot assist. Each 5 seconds or so you will immediately see this orange steering wheel popping up like, hey, hold the steering wheel, otherwise I will get angry at you. But yeah, anyway, the second generation pilot assist will also have this with this lane changing assistant. Now, a thing I am very happy with, besides the pilot assist, the lane changing, you also now will get the feature called distance to truck. And maybe current Volvo drivers and maybe also some Polestar 2 drivers and Polestar 1, if you're lucky enough to have that one, will recognize this, as our current pilot assist tends to be quite, well, in the middle of the road a lot, and maybe even a bit to the center of a 2-lane road. That makes you basically come pretty close to the truck next to you or the car, who often aren't also perfectly in line. Well, with this distance to truck feature, you can tell the pilot assist that it should keep the maximum distance to another car, another truck in the lane, or maybe not. I don't know for what reason that would be. But anyway, you can tell the car like, hey, just stay a bit away from the car next to me. It's safer, but also now I'm thinking of it for the bikes passing through the middle lane. So I think that is where the distance to truck feature will also come in quite handy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to testing this feature as well. Now, Volvo would not be Volvo if they also implement features on the car who will look out for other road users and also try to, well, limit damage for all parties involved. And it will do so with the forward collision warning and also collision avoidance and mitigation by braking and steering functionality. Now, these two options will look ahead for you on the road and will try to warn you on time with sounds and eventually by steering as well, if there's any potential incident. And let's hope not, but if the incident is about to happen, the car will give that max braking assistance and will also provide light steering assistance or more steering power to help the driver maybe just make that turn a bit more to steer away from the other car you are about to crash into or whatsoever. Now, Volvo states that these head-to-head incidents or frontal incidents, they do not happen that often, but when they happen, they are very severe and have a lot of consequences. So with these functionalities, Volvo is trying to limit that as much as possible. So good job, Volvo. Now, another one on the lineup is the oncoming mitigation by braking. And with this functionality, the EX30 can look ahead for you and kind of see incidents with another four-wheeled vehicle coming. So basically another frontal potential incident. Now, if the accident can be avoided, the EX30 will slow down the car by this functionality with 10 kilometers an hour. That doesn't sound as too much, but it can make the difference. Now, the next one is the rear collision warning and mitigation system. This makes use of the two rear side radars, and it will look behind the car to oncoming traffic behind you. Now, when it kind of predicts that the car behind you is coming in too fast, it will use the warning signals of the car, the hazard lights. And if an accident with the car behind you driving too fast, coming onto you, cannot be avoided, then the EX30 will push on its brakes to minimize the risk of having a whiplash. Yeah, pretty cool, right? That the EX30 is also looking behind you. Next up is the pedestrian, cyclist and scooter steering avoidance. Now, this option will help you when you aren't paying attention or whatsoever and you are coming too close to a pedestrian, cyclist, scooter. The car will steer actively away from the thing in front of you. Now, with a little side note, because it will not cross the line of the road. So it will only do so when there is like enough space, of course, otherwise there's also traffic coming the other way. So once again, this one will most likely also be pretty useful. Now, there are also some systems on board the EX30 to help you stay in your lane with your EX30. Now, these two are pretty much options we kind of know from the current Volvo generation as well. I know plenty of people who find it very annoying because if you do not use your indicator, then the steering wheel will vibrate and also try to steer you back in your own lane. So for that, just make use of your indicator or turn it off. Don't do that. Now, in the EX30, this functionality will work from 65 kilometers an hour. Now, with the oncoming lane mitigation system, the EX30 will look ahead. And well, if it sees a car coming too close to you, going the other way, then it will actively steer away for you from the other vehicle. So maybe you're not paying attention, you're sleepy whatsoever, then the EX30 will also help you out to prevent this frontal accident. Next up is the run of road mitigation. I wonder if this one will also be on the EX30 cross country. Bad joke. But yeah, this functionality will make use of the cameras and basically look for you if you are staying on the road. And if that's not happening and there's this threat of you going off-road, then the car will actively brake to prevent you going off-roading because you're on the highway. Focus. But yeah, that's the run of road mitigation system. Then there is blind spot indicator, basically the orange or amber light in the exterior mirror. That will look behind you for 70 meters and look for cars that are coming along. I think we all know this one pretty much from the current Volvos, Polestars, Lynk&Co even. They all have this blind spot information system. Now for the ultra trim only, there's also this low speed outer brake functionality on the car. And that will help you with speeds between 2 kilometers an hour and 10 kilometers an hour. So really slow. It will automatically brake for you and come to the standstill if you are backing up into a car or there's a pedestrian walking by or whatsoever. Now there's a bit of a difference between the standard cross traffic alert, which you get from the core trim already, and this low speed outer brake. And the difference according to Volvo is with the cross traffic alert you just have like passing traffic behind you. I think that's kind of the same what I have on my C40 and XC40, works perfectly and also warns you when somebody is walking behind you. So I kind of assume that's the same. And then this new low speed outer brake will also detect standing objects, including children. So yeah, minor differences over there, but I think the cross traffic alert is already perfectly fine. Now also for the Ultra, the 360-degree camera, basically the bird view from top of the car, also available on the current lineup Volvos. Pretty useful. We'll have like these lines in front and in the back of the car where you can kind of see like, okay, where am I going? Now for the first time in the Volvo, not only the 360 view will be available, but meanwhile you will see that, you will also have the camera of the front or the rear displayed in a separate little box. So currently with the C40, XC40 and such, it is 360 view or nothing basically, or the front camera or the rear camera, but not combined. With this EX30 you will actually have both. So thank you very much Volvo, very useful. Now the Ultra will also have this next generation park assist pilot. It basically means that it will scan the surrounding for you, make a bit of a 3D image whatsoever on the center screen of the car. And over there you then will be able to like tap the parking spot you want and the car will start parking it in for you. Whether that is traffic parking, front parking, upside down parking, I'm not really sure how you call it. But anyway, the car will be able to help you into quite complex or challenging parking spot. Now it will also be able to help you get out of the parking spot if that's a bit of a challenge. But yeah, park assist pilot, cool. So there we go folks, that's a bit of a summary of all the safety features on board the Volvo EX30. Now there's a good note to it, a lot of safety things are standard on the EX30, which is good, but some aren't, and for that you need to pay extra for the Plus pack or the Ultra pack. Being Volvo, that ambassador of safety in traffic and also around the car nowadays, bit of a bummer that not everything is standard, but then again, this is the EX30, the entry-level Volvo we are talking about. If you want to get it for a competitive price, yeah, then you need to leave out certain things and yeah, put it on extra options or new packs, Ultra, Plus, whatsoever. So yeah, we win some and we lose some maybe over here. But if you ask me, I think the EX30 Core, so the standard version already, is very well equipped with plenty of safety features. Now guys, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and also subscribe to the channel. That helps me out so much, so please do so. I appreciate that big time. If you want to know more about the EX30, the detailed video is also on my channel. Check that out if you want to know more about the batteries, drivetrain, colors, whatsoever. Now stay tuned, another video is coming about things you should know about the EX30. As I said already, it's a base model, so that means there are some things you should know and also take into consideration about the EX30, or maybe you should opt for a XC40 for example. So stay tuned for that video. And the party is not over yet, because next week I will see the EX30 and EX90 in person. So close-up videos of that are coming soon to the channel. So I mean, subscribe, right? Super exciting things are coming right along over here. Stay tuned for that. Let me know what you think about the EX30 safety features in the comments down below. I appreciate that always. It's always fun to have a bit of a discussion with you guys. But anyway, for now, Have a great day, and of course I see you next week in a new video. Bye bye.